Hi there, Tori Kesicki here from Quantum Quest Coaching, and today I want to talk about breaking through that invisible barrier that keeps us from getting from where we are right now in our life to where we want to be. Whether it's a new career move, it's a relationship change, it's a financial thing, it's a new business venture, whatever it happens to be. So what is the analogy of what it looks like when an individual is going from whatever level they are to the next level? Well, from the beginning, they start out with a desire, and the desire is, I want this, I want that. So we sort of know what it is, and if we've not thought about it too much in the past, well, maybe we're not really clear what it looks like, and we certainly don't know what it feels like because we haven't been there yet. But we start out and we are being pushed by our desire. However, what happens when we start getting about halfway or maybe 1/3 of the way up that hill towards that new goal is that push of the desire, just like when you start running, if you guys ever run, you get tired after a while. So that push, that drive, no longer is enough to keep us going. And another thing happens is that as we start getting closer to our new goal, we start getting closer to what I call the unknown fear cloud. And the unknown fear cloud starts getting bigger as what you remembered in the past, what your old life used to be, or your old relationship, or your old job, seems to be further away. And as the old thing starts to get further away, we start to get it almost like fear leaving. You know, there was comfort there. We knew what it felt like. Even if it wasn't great, it was comforting to us. It made us feel okay. However, when we get to a point where we don't know what the next thing's going to feel like yet, it starts to getting a little bit scary. So how do we break through that? Well, the first thing you need to do is when you get to this point here, and actually before, if you can, is get really crystal clear about what your goals are. And when you start focusing on what your goals are, you have to start looking at your goals in very small increments. So it's not about, I want this and I'm going to just be there. It's about, I want this and I have to make a smart plan, a very specific plan, what my goal is, a very measurable plan, a very achievable plan, a very realistic plan, and probably most important is a very time-driven plan, meaning you're not just doing something, but you're going to do it in incremental steps, and these are the time frames that I'm going to do them in. What this gives us is it starts with creating what I call a ladder for success. And that ladder is critically important to go from A to B, because without that ladder, all we have is a big hill. Instead, we can focus on a ladder with little incremental changes as we go forward. Now, there's one more thing. Remember we talked about having that push when we started out in our venture or our journey towards a new goal? Well, when we get to the point where we reach the ladder, the push is no longer really there anymore. The wind sort of came out of it. So we have to create what I call the pull. And how we create the pull is the unconscious mind has the ability to vividly imagine something and not be able to tell the difference between what's actually real and what's vividly imagined. So I'd like you to start imagining what it looks like when you reach that new goal, the new relationship, the new business, the new journey, whatever it happens to be for. What do you look like? How are you dressed when you're in that position? How do you feel when you're in that position? When you get out of bed in the morning, are you enthusiastic? Are you driven? What does your face look like? Are you happier than you were before? Can you see the people around you when you're in this new position, this new relationship? How do they look? How do they respond to you? If you could take maybe 5 to 10 minutes a day over the course of several periods of the day and just close your eyes and take a deep breath and visualize what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like to be in that new position, you now would establish what I call the pull. And it creates a vacuum that will suck you up to your new goal. That, along with the ladder, making the smart, very decisive moves that are one step at a time, baby steps, will bring you up and over the top to where you want to be without any problems. So thank you, and if you want to see more free videos, check me out on quantumquest.com. Thank you very much for listening.